Alrighty, welcome back, folks. Roth here, trying to get things started. Got my me avatar on, which I dub MeTube. I'll just remove that feline hat because it's not a Monster Honor day. It is Art Day, and I feel like I should probably add like an art-related hat to my me character, my me avatar. Uh, but I would have to look up all the number of hats that's ever been available for like me characters and stuff. But yeah, the past couple weeks we did fan art for Pocky and Rocky. Here's one here of Pocky and Rocky that I uploaded on March 31st. Did one of Kirby in celebration of the launch of the new Kirby game that just came out about a week or two ago. And also Tunic, which is the indie game from Finji. There was also Chocobo Racing, or aka Chocobo GP, the latest in that kart racer series. Also had a pink Rathian that I drew. I think it took like a couple weeks or a couple of sittings just to get this much in. But yeah, here's an original art, the zombie heart. I never got to create a whatchamacallit, like a time-lapse version of that image, but maybe someday I'll have to export it. But yeah, got some bug fixes, or I learned that there were some errors within Scribble, so I had to report it over to the developers of Scribble. But yeah, I'm gonna boot it up and see what I can draw tonight. And I have an idea of what I want to draw. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I tried to hop on a little sooner, but was contemplating whether I should either play a game or whether I should do art. So Wednesdays are usually my art day, or art night, I should say. So yeah, may just stick to art because I couldn't think of what to play, or you know, there's like a bunch. There was a few titles that I wanted to feature, but may like oops, I don't know. Doesn't seem like the right. I was looking through each of the games and it didn't seem like the right game for tonight. But yeah, I feel like certain days, certain games are meant for certain days. I feel I don't know, but we'll see. Come Friday, I'll probably decide to play some of those games. We'll see. All right, so free draw mode is the mode we want to hop into. This is where we get to either choose a past drawing or create a new drawing. Probably don't want to look in the gallery, but yeah. Now I'll probably just start with a brand new artwork. So I'm gonna name this Usagi for now. Originally, it was supposed to be Usagi Yojimbo, which is the original name for this character. And I feel like maybe doing a fan art of Usagi is ideal, especially for this month of April, because Easter, Rabbit, and so on. So there's sort of that connection, you know, for the month of April. And also, there's a brand new Usagi TV series that's headed to Netflix. So you may hear me mention that from time to time throughout this session. So I'm not sure what to call this one else, like other than just Usagi. I could put in parentheses like Stan Sakai, because this is the person that created the character, comic book artist, and yeah, he got the character to feature in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series at least 2 times. back in the 87 series, the original 80s Ninja Turtles cartoon series, animated series, and also the 2012 versions where they, you know, got the turtles to into 3D CG. And now, fast forward to 2021 or 2022 even. It's been in the works for like the past year or so, or 2 years. But 2022, it's gonna be a brand new series, 3D CG, hit for Netflix, and it looks awesome. They've renamed the character. Now it's Yuichi Usagi. So it's no longer Usagi Yojimbo. So, and it looks fun. It looks more fun than, like, say, I don't know, what the character used to be, because it used to be like more violent and bloody in the original comics. Let me wave over to the chat. So I've never drawn this character, at least from what I recall. Never got to draw this character before. And I kind of want to make it have the classic look to it. Also, maybe see, I want to see if I can adjust the volume here. I'll probably turn this down and put my own tunes. Oh. And on the other screen, you may not see it on over the canvas. I probably won't be able to place it on here, but I have two monitors set up, and on the second monitor, I have the live chat and also the trailer for the new series on Netflix in the window, and I'll be watching that throughout just so I can see how the new version look like. Because I feel like there hasn't been any fan art, or there's possibly new fan art in the works for it now, but I haven't seen anyone post, or from the looks of Twitter, I haven't seen anyone post any fan art of it. But me being a fan of the old school, growing up loving the Ninja Turtles, and also seeing Usagi in the series too, in the original series, being featured, even though it's a separate character, but for somehow like I guess it's more of a collaboration between comic book artists. So they got Usagi to feature in the Ninja Turtles series, animated series, and it never got its own show until now. So like, it's been like what, over 30 years? Yeah. All right. Put some tunes on, and I guess we'll get started. I'm not sure how I'm gonna draw this character, so I'm just viewing the trailer. I'll have to possibly put it on mute, but I want to see if I can find a good. I just want to get like an overall, overview of how the character looks and stuff. Interesting. So there seems to be like some sort of crystal that's involved. Then it's like the crystal brings in some new enemies that he's going to be facing. It looks really interesting. Like the 3D CG stuff, like the way the characters are designed. It seems like it would fit in the world of the 2012 Ninja Turtles series. But even this here is like totally different design from how Usagi looks in the 2012 even. It's still similar. Oh, and also it's got some yokai in there. Oh man. See, this is what I'm interested in. Seeing all the yokai. Oh man, this looks pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at towards the end of the trailer. It looks like it's got some cool moves, cool poses. So I might want to freeze a frame and then maybe come up with my own iteration. Okay. All right. I think I got an idea now. Before I start, let's prepare this. Oh, I didn't realize the volume was off. I'm actually playing some tunes. This is the Chill Tendo compilation. And yeah, we're gonna about to start brand new drawing here. Also, let me see, get my Nintendo Switch on so I can actually pull up Twitch on the Nintendo Switch. Or I have to keep the volume down for the Switch so it doesn't seek into the microphone. Alright, so this is going to be a dark background, it seems like. So here, oh, I forgot to mention that this is the free draw mode of Scribble. Scribble is a free program. It's more of a game. It's supposed to be an online Pictionary game where you take turns drawing, and then other players have to guess what you're drawing. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I play it on Sundays, but this is a free drawing mode. There's a free drawing mode where you can just where they provide you with these tools and a canvas, and you can just start drawing. You also invite people in so they can participate in the drawing with you, which is pretty cool. But I tend to keep it solo so I can actually use it as like a, you know, single, you know, drawing tool, or, you know, can't even word it right now, but let's see, let's get started on this. Let's start with like a dark, I don't know what this color is called, but teal? Is it teal? It's very tealy. I feel like maybe I could have just used the fill bucket, huh? I also have a mouse input on the side there. You might be able to see it over here. So on the right side, you can see me click the mouse and stuff. So I'm actually using a mouse to draw all this. Mouse and keyboard. Let's see if we can get any darker. If only this color wheel was a little bit larger. The tools are very basic. You get the brush, eraser, fill bucket, eyedropper, this color wheel, but sometimes it's just tough to get like the right colors, especially when working with you know, dark colors. It's hard to get in that corner because like, the screen is so small, you know, or this section is like so small. And then you have the transparency bar, 3 presets for side brushes. You can also use the mouse wheel to adjust the size, and then you get your line, circle, shape tools, filled, and line versions. Advanced, simple has preset colors. I'm gonna save this first. I have to get used to pressing the save button from time to time. Let's get the transparency. Let's get a little bit more. So I guess I'll start out with the background. Kind of want some sharp shapes in there. Yeah, I should make these circles. Probably should be a little bit bigger, huh? I want to keep these simple, shaped. Align these up with the other circles. Not sure how this is gonna turn out, but I'm trying to make it, you know, fit in. Some random shapes in there. I'm not gonna do much with the background, but just want to get definitely just want to have something back there. Once we start adding the character in, the character's gonna be the main focus of this image. Curve this part in. For some reason, I've been doing a lot of like fisheye style backgrounds. Meanwhile, the characters themselves are more, you know, looking the way they should and stuff. I feel like I should add more like browns for like the structures and stuff. Yeah. Keeping that curve, fish eye. Okay. This kind of reminds me of the dojo or ninja hideout map in Mario Kart that's been added recently as part of the DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I need to play again someday, some night. There's like some complex structures in this dojo. I definitely want to go all out on this. Alright. Yep, definitely have to remind myself to save. Let's see if I can actually screenshot this. And pull up MS Paints. Okay. Man, if only they update the Twitch app on the Switch. Okay. Let's start with the nice white, soft, faded white. I kind of want to make it look like more like the old school style rather than the new look. Similar to how I did the recent, oh, what's that drawing that I did? I think it was for Inktober that I did back in October last year. Did a drawing of Earthworm Jim. Yeah, I feel like that should have been something that I should have done in this program, but I think back then I was still on my old computer, so couldn't get it running the way I wanted it. But I kind of want to redraw it someday. Maybe by the time the new animated series for Earthworm Jim comes out, I may want to redraw it digitally, because back in October I did it traditionally with pen and only pen. I think probably the first time I've done it with pen, starting and finishing with pen. So it's more like a freehand drawing with pen. And I still have yet to create like time-lapse version of those drawings. So I may want to get back to doing that someday, now that I've got a new computer. Alright, I'm not sure if this is going to fit the entire canvas, but I'll try. So I'm trying to make his head like small enough. Any mistake I do, I'll try to fix it. You know, I should have streamed. Oh, I should have set the title to Usagi Samurai Rabbit. I may have to adjust that afterwards once I highlight the video. Yeah, because the new show is going to be called Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles. You're gonna hear me say that multiple times tonight. Yeah, kind of want his ears to come out this way. Probably should make it like a little longer, huh? Let's see. Initially, I didn't want to, what should we call it? Like, I didn't want to have him have his sword out. Him being a samurai, after all, like, you rarely get to see, like, for a true samurai, you don't often see their sword, like, them wielding their swords, until they're in battle. Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of action in this new show. So, yeah. Man, if only there's more room on this screen. Try to adjust and move things around here. Okay. He usually has like this mean face to him in terms of the classic look. And he doesn't have these bangs either, so it's the new series that has the bangs. So I don't know, maybe I don't know if I should keep it or not. I'll have to like redraw it or whatever. I guess I'll alter some things, maybe combine both styles together. Celebration of the new series that's coming out. It's also got some eyebrows. Wait, what did I name this stream? Let's see. Usagi, okay. Alright, so I did use hashtag Samurai Rabbit. Okay, so that's good. As long as I have that. I feel like I should have added like parentheses. Yeah. Yeah, Usagi seems to have, he wears a lot of blue. I love his color scheme. So you can get, harder white color. Start coloring this. The room that this color, or this character is in, it's more of a dark nighttime scene, so it may not be completely like white, but try to fade it in with the background and stuff. Just the overall lighting. Maybe I'll give him some hair. Because the classic Usagi did not... I mean, I don't want to make it like a pun or anything that it's about a rabbit. AKA, you know, other name for a rabbit? Either bunny or hare. I don't know if there's any difference between the two, but I think the hare would be the wild version of the rabbit. I don't know. I tend to see rabbits roaming around in town, in person, quite often, especially in the summertime when I'm on the bike trails. I see them roaming around. It's usually around the same time of day too, like just before the sun sets. They come out of the bushes, and then I'll just ride past them, which is always pretty neat to see. I can never manage to like capture like a clear photo image of it. It's always so far away, because by the time you get close to it, they've already gone in the bush. And sometimes they just hang out on people's lawns, like in the neighborhood. I would walk past by. If I'm out taking a walk or something, I would see them out on like on a sidewalk or whatever. So Yojimbo, or not Yojimbo, Usagi, the old school version. I call him Yojimbo. I guess I'll just call him Yojimbo just to refer to the old version of the character. So the old character has hair ties, and they're most of the time they're white colored hair tie. In some iterations they may be blue. And I think the new iteration, they're going for a blue look. So, not sure how that's gonna... I mean, looks is just one thing for the character. Hey there, Green Clay Frog. Hope you're... had a... okay day at work. Tonight we're drawing Usagi, comic book character, and it's like the spur of the moment, I guess. I was looking up to see what new shows were coming out, and I totally forgot that this was going to be on the way soon. New show that's going to be headed to Netflix, and it's based off a property that I know. Familiar with, and I was excited for this too. And it's good to see that it's like arriving really soon, and perfect timing because, you know, it's right around Easter, or the month of Easter. So rabbit, April. So this is great. Trying to think of what other like rabbity bunny things I could feature for this month. Maybe for Monster Hunter, I could probably hunt Lagombi for each of the games. Actually, come to find, wait, okay, yeah. So Lagombi is in both Rise, Generations, and also 3 Ultimates. So yeah, you definitely see me hunting Lagombi more often for this month, I guess. I don't remember if I hunted the Snow Baron Lagombi. Maybe next time I hop on Generations, I'll probably do that. Let's get a tougher light color. Gotta have some tough colors. Gonna have to keep this character looking mean. He's also got a chin. He doesn't seem to have much of a chin in the newer design. Yeah. In the comics, he does have a chin for sure. Don't want to make that apparent. So you can provide some more cheek feathers here. Or cheek fur. On this side. Normally the cheek fur would go downward, but in the new version, it tends to go up, I think. It doesn't seem as mean looking in the new design. So it could be like a young, like a prequel story. Perhaps even an origin story to the character. And we see some familiar characters like the Rhino guy. I forgot his name already. He seems to show up in the show as well. I remember seeing like a CG short, like a fan short or some sort. And yeah, it features some of the the main characters and stuff. Having tea and all that, which was pretty neat. Like I was really excited to see what a full-on official Usagi show would turn out looking like. So let me know how the volume levels are. I could adjust the tunes level a little bit. Kinda want to give him the old outfit too. Hey there, boat ladder. Welcome in. I feel like this is gonna be a long drawing session. Who knows? Maybe this will be like a regular length of a session. Try to get his eye color right. Hope you're familiar with this character. I feel like he doesn't get much recognition. Like I feel like the only folks who are familiar with the character is like the older fans of the Turtles. Like you would have to grow up watching the old show to even be familiar with this one. But then, even then, you'd have to... Like, I feel like there's even some Turtles fans out there who claim to be a fan of the Turtles, but they don't know who Rocksteady and Bebop are. Like, man, even folks that I know personally, But then they love the turtles for some reason, you know, like, man, you know that you love the turtles, but you don't know who Rocksteady and Bebop are. But yeah, I mean, you can't really expect everyone to know some of these characters, even though they're side characters and they're more the baddies. Like people know Shredder, but do they know Krang? Do they know the Rat King, and so on? You know, like you name some of these baddies, they probably won't recall. But you know, everyone has their favorites and non-favorites. But I feel like Usagi Yojimbo deserves a little bit more recognition. Even though he was not part of the Turtles series, it's totally from a different artist, creator. But yeah, he got featured in the Turtles animated series, old school one, but didn't get much recognition after that. I think just slightly. There was the one time that like he was once introduced in any animated form. Yeah, let's give him like a closed mouth, I think. I don't know if I... Yeah, maybe I should keep the eye pointed that way. Yeah, maybe... Yeah, let's have him look downward. I think the iris should be a little bit smaller. Just like that, I think. Yeah, going for the classic Yojimbo look. Okay, this will be a brand new CG series that's headed for Netflix really soon, and towards the end of this month. And I'm pretty excited for it. It's been a long time waiting, and I knew that was in production a while back. It's been so many years, I think. Like as far back as like I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. And it's finally getting a release. The trailer's already out. Yeah, which I have like up open in another tab. Oh, yeah, it's also got like what looks to be freckles, but not really freckles. It's just the whiskers, I think. Or what are these called? Okay. Might need to recolor the ears a little bit more. Okay. I don't know if I want to add the like outline around him. Okay, let me see if I can add. Sure, this is gonna fit. And again, I feel like I should have moved the character upward. I think as long as I keep his upper body short, should be fine. Also, I gotta save that before I forget. think his arm is gonna come out. It's gonna be pretty long. Make sure he's holding the sword correctly. I think this part of his kimono should be like hovering that way, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it should be like going this way, I think. And then, oh, see, it's not gonna fit. I feel like I should have, oh, you know what? Maybe I can make his body a little smaller or something. Then his head would appear a bit larger. Try to do something to make it all fit. When you search for Usagi, Sailor Moon pops up. Yeah, so see, that's the issue too. Here's another thing. When you search Moon Knight, so Moon Knight is the new Marvel show that's on Disney Plus right now. Everyone's talking about it. When you search that up, that character, Moonlight Knight from the Sailor Moon series pops up. But then I would know that because I was a huge fan of Moonlight Knight. And yeah, in relation, that sort of mixes up with Usagi because the most popular character of all time in this world, in this timeline, is Sailor Moon, who is also named Usagi. And it kind of overshadows this character, Usagi Yojimbo, which now has been renamed. His name is still Usagi, but his like first name or whatever is changed for this iteration of the show. I think for the modern age, it's been changed. But yeah, Usagi Yojimbo, if you can spell that, that is the original name for this character. But yeah, it's not a very well-known character. Like you know, like I said, you gotta be a hardcore Turtles fan, especially the old school Turtles fan to even know of this character. And I don't know, it just takes a certain person to actually admire the character, you know? And I've always been a fan of this character ever since I saw him featured in the show. So Stan Sakai is the creator of this specific character. And he still works to this day. He's still pumping up comics, comic after comic. Still getting releases. And they've all been compiled into like collections. And there's like thick books of these collections I've seen go on sale and stuff. I can never get it because there's always new ones coming out. Okay, let's see if we can get this correct. Oh, no. That sword is just, okay, that... Oh. I might have to fix this line afterwards. I think that's good enough. I think it's straight enough. Yeah, it's Samurai Rabbit. You can also type that in, because he's basically, that's what he basically is. Samurai Rabbit. And that's the new name of the show. It's just Samurai Rabbit with a subtitle, The Usagi Chronicles. That's what it's going to be called. But you can look up the trailer. It's pretty cool. So basically, imagine something like what was that show? Samurai X, aka Kenshin. I forgot if there's another name attached to that. Kenshin. Oh, was there another attached to that? The Kenshin series, aka Samurai X. It's kind of like that, but instead of a human, it's a rabbit, anthropomorphic rabbit who travels through time. Or eventually he does travel through time, which is why he came to meet up with the Ninja Turtles. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm really curious to see what they do with this new show. So if they were to somehow tie this timeline with any Turtles iteration in this show, then it's all gonna be canon. Like this is like next step. Like once you're into the Turtles, like this is like next step fandom, you know. But you know, some like most folks, I feel like most folks can only accept that Turtles part of it. Like imagine if like Casey and April had their own spin-off series. I'm not sure if like Turtles fans would be able to keep up with that. Imagine like a sitcom featuring April and Casey's family, which is actually a really thing. It's the story's been told in the comics. They got married and all that. They've got kids. But you know, when there's a lot to that story, it's gonna be hard for fans to keep up with. So maybe it's good to just keep it to just turtles, and all turtles, and aliens. Yep, it's gonna be aliens. As a fan of Ninja Turtles, the movies and the video games, never get to see the TV shows. Oh man, you gotta see the TV shows, man. If you want more of that lore, more of that story, you gotta see the TV shows. And not only the TV shows, but you gotta see the comics too. You gotta read the comics, get into all of that. But it's understandable that if you only got into it from the live action movies, then that's you know, that's good too. The thing with movies adaptations is it brings in new people in, new fans in, like people who weren't fans of like what's another good example. I want to say Power Rangers. Power Rangers had like a TV show and stuff, movies, but can't think of another example. Like they would be like, I don't know, Shrek or something, Not Shrek. Shrek started out as a movie. Like, there's always something when it's like a major franchise. There's always something where it started out as something, but then like when they come up with a different medium, it brings in like a whole new crowd. You know, more fans for that franchise. Let's see, didn't have cable back then. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to have cable to see the Turtles and stuff. But they've always had toys. I think the purpose of that animated series, the cartoon back in the 80s into the 90s, was to sell the toys. It was a complete toy line, and they made characters, introduce characters in the animated series just to sell that toy, that specific new toy that they made. So they made a toy of this character first. I think trying to think of the character, but oh, I'm trying to remember. There was a specific character that they made the toy first, and then they were trying to sell that toy. So in order to sell that toy, they had to create an animated version, introduce that character in the animated show, so they can sell it to kids. And then the kids would ask their parents, "Hey, mom, can I buy, can we get this toy?" That's how they sell, Playmates. That's the company, Playmates. The purpose of those shows were to sell toys. That's how 80s cartoons were like back then. He-Man was a notorious, iconic show, and it's still ongoing now. There's a new series that's on Netflix. Two different series that's on Netflix, both animated. One's CG, one's 2D animated. One of them is run by Kevin Smith, and there's also a live-action movie that's gonna be on the way pretty soon. So He-Man is still going strong, but they had to change up the characters a little bit here and there to update it for the modern audience. And yeah, throughout the 80s, there's a lot of those cartoons that were developed just to sell toys. Like that's a hard fact. That's a hard fact. Like, believe it. Yeah, Ninja Turtles was definitely one of them, and another one was Street Sharks. Street Sharks, another franchise that only had that one, either one or two season. I think it's only one season of Street Sharks. Definitely remember catching that on TV. I don't know if this guy has like 4 fingers or 3 fingers. One of the times they had like 4 fingers. So that's just how they drew hands back then. With the Turtles, they had like 3 fingers? Yeah. It's funny that the Turtles had 3 fingers, but like when Usagi popped up in the show, I think he must have had like 4 fingers. So it's like this evolution of like different species in that show. And of course the human characters in that show had 5 fingers. So it's just odd to see like mutant turtles having like this many fingers. But at the same time, for it's just easier for artists to draw many fingers, I guess. Especially when they're like animated and when they're mutants. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get this cloth over his arm. Let's go like this, I think. I think initially I was gonna make his this part of the kimono go this way, like swaying this way, but then like wouldn't make sense because he's jumping up towards the right, which is why you see his ears sway that way. So it would make more sense to have the kimono sway this way. Kind of make it a little more round so that it looks more clothy. Although I feel like this one should go in a little more or something. I don't know. But yeah, He-Man, Street Sharks. Oh man, this, I think we're heading into like the 90s. They were still selling toys even then, like the early 90s onwards. And then they got into like making video games to further advertise these properties, and now it's become like a major franchise. Live action movies, like all of that. And of course, you know, at the same time, it's bringing more people in along with those movies. Super Mario Brothers back in '93. But, you know, I feel like most people don't want to talk about that movie. That movie. Don't want to make that same mistake again. Like, Nintendo as a company, they don't want to associate themselves with that movie. But the new one's going to be animated. Company, it's called Illumination, I think. They're responsible for the Minion series. Let's see, how am I going to draw this this ribbon? Looks like okay. It's like a small ribbon. Small belt or ribbon or whatever. Just go like that or something. I could make it look like it's flowing this way. In terms of the Ninja Turtles toys, I only had like one. I only ever had one. I remember visiting a flea market, our local flea market, and seeing a whole line of them for sale. Like, man, would I love to buy that one day. But I was so young back then, I didn't have much. I was just thinking like one day I want to collect all these toys. Just have a whole collection of these Turtles toys. But then I never did. It was something that was always on the back of my mind. But man, it would be nice to have like some of those toys. I had other like action figures, like Swamp Thing was one that I had. It's quite a few, but mixed with cars, like Hot Wheels cars that would change color when you dip in them into cold water, hot water, and so on. They would change color. Like, that was like the coolest thing. I don't know how they came up with that idea, but that was so cool. No pun intended. You bought most of yours from flea markets? Oh man, see that? Well, that's probably the way to do it. Because they had a whole. I remember visiting the flea market and seeing an aisle of like all Ninja Turtles toys. It was like so. It's like the most you see, like you walk into like a Toys R Us, you don't really see. I mean, you see like a bunch here and there, but like, man, that one flea market visit, and it was the only time I saw it too. Like it must have been like 4 tables worth of Turtles toys. The most I've ever seen in one spot. Was pretty cool. And that was like early 90s, I feel. Yeah, it was like somewhere in the early 90s. Alright, so he's got like black pants. Let's give him those ninja greaves. Is it called greaves? I think they're greaves. There you go. Can't fit his feet in there, but we got something in there. Okay. Maybe I should have his knee come up. So this part would be up over it or something. This whole kimono is gonna be blue anyway. Let's see. Oh, I can't put his symbol. I think it'll probably show up in here. This part of his chest. Because he usually has like this symbol on his chest. Like 2 of them. Yeah, so Yojimbo also, like, he would also have his like own action figure as part of the Playmates Turtles line. And there's like a few others. I'm trying to remember the names, but I don't remember the names. I just remember how they look like. But there was a panda guy that has all these like different weapons and stuff. It's like a Kung Fu Panda kind of guy. Before a Kung Fu Panda. I forgot whether or not they ever got him in the show, but I always remember his the toy version of that character and how ridiculous like some of his weapons were. Cause some of those toys they come with like different weapons that they don't ever show in any other iteration. So like you see when you buy like a Turtles figure, like we all, you know, Turtles fans would recognize what their main weapon would be, but then they also add like a dagger or something on the side along with the toy. So I don't know. It might have been a Playmate's choice to include it. Or maybe it's just to, you know, give their consumers something else to play with, to have fun with that character or whatever. But yeah, like when you have like a Mikey figure, like you expect to have the nunchucks, you know. Donatello with the bow, staff, and so on. But along with that bow staff, they include like a dagger, and it just makes you think, like, would Donnie ever use these daggers? Yeah, in the show and stuff. That's something that made us think more about these characters. I don't know. They never show it in the show. I was hoping that one day they would get Usagi to show up in like the live action movies. We haven't got to that point yet.
Bingo! Ho ho ho
Oh,
ho!
thanks for the bingo. That's actually the Luigi sound from Mario Kart. Actually, did that sound at all? Let me know if that if you heard that or not. I think it should have sounded. But the way I have the settings, I swap from scene to scene. It may have disabled it for some reason. Oh, he also has a wait and see. Okay, so it looks like he also has symbols on the side of his kimono here, around the arm. So that's good. Loud and clear. Good. All right. Cool. Yeah, sometimes they don't sound, so we'll make sure. Coolly. I was thinking to add more sound and stuff. Wait, also was there a video that played? It should have played like in the top left corner or something like that. I want to start adding like more like graphical stuff along with those sounds. At least ones that would match it. I've been trying to do some of those, get some of those uploaded behind the scenes, but it just took a while to do. Finding all the sources and all that. I mostly use YouTube as a source to find some of these. But I also want to make sure that they're legit. Okay, looks like it's more white up here. So I love the way they portrayed Usagi in the 2012 series. I feel like now people got to watch the 2012 series. I remember when they first showed how the turtles looked or was gonna look in the 2012. One of my close friends was like against how they looked. He was like, "Ah, but they look so ugly." And I was like, "I gotta give it a chance. I know we love the old turtles, but we gotta love the new turtles too." But they look so ugly though. Like, who would design them like that? And so on. Yada yada. But then, as it turned out, the 2012 series was like one of the greatest iterations of the turtles of all time. And I stand by it to this day. Even now, even compared to what's the latest one called? Rise of the Turtles? Nickelodeon. So Rise of the Turtles is they went back to the 2D animation, but it looks more like a wild style. Like, that's one word to describe it. I describe the art style, really wild. But man, there's like 90% of the internet just hates that design for some reason. Like, they hate it with a passion. Like they don't want to give it a chance, you know. But I think with that backlash, I feel like that's what's not helping the series expand. But at the same time, man, it's tough to top that 2012 series. And that 2012 series went on for like a few seasons. And yeah, it took a while to like end. Like almost a decade, I think. 2012, and then I think it was like 2018, 2019 when he finally ended or something. And then it announced the new vision of the Turtles, which is the Rise of the Turtles. But they started a brand new, all new reboot of the franchise. Yeah, I didn't get to see much of it other than the first few episodes. And yeah, they changed so much. They made Raph the leader. At least that's what they started out with. But I think for longtime fans, they would know the reason behind that. At least I did. I feel like most folks didn't give it a chance, you know. They just judge it by that initial look and say, oh, not for me. And they just never watch it. They just never watch it. But yeah, that 2012 series is so good. But the reason why I love it is that it pays tribute to every past iterations of the Turtles. I guess it sort of started with the 2003 series, which was also 2D animation, and that used to play on WB. This was before Nickelodeon took over, so it was still playing on WB, 4Kids TV, and yeah, that iteration paid little tribute to the past iterations, including the comics and including the movies. But you've had to watch the two-part special, which released on DVD and considered it a movie, animated movie. I forget what year it was, but two-part special that pretty much just ended that iteration, that series. So I love when series do that. They go on for a while, of a few seasons, and then they end the series with a movie. That's how a lot of franchises should do. Adventure Time, Steven Universe, like they did it as well. Care Bears back in the 80s. My Little Pony, I think also did it. And then also He-Man got a live-action movie. Dolph Lundgren was in it. Masters of the Universe. Gem and Holograms didn't get a movie until much later. So it was supposed to be a reboot, but that movie was just a fail. But the series was great. Series and the revival comics of Gem and Holograms, but that movie was just terrible. Let's see. So the symbol is somewhere. Should be somewhere over here, I think. Seeing how the cloth, his sleeve, just folds this way. Draw a circle there for now, temporary. All right. I guess we can start coloring. I can barely see the blue. I think this is the right color for it. I hear that they're gonna reboot the Turtles movies again. That last Turtle movie with, or I should probably call it a Michael Bay movie, the Bay Turtles movies, because Michael Bay was in production, the producer of that still. And the second movie was definitely a go for me. The first one, not so much, but the second one was much an improvement. Because they brought in the two goons, Rocksteady and Bebop, which brought in the comic relief. And other than that, but they brought in Krang. The only issue was the Shredder thing, but they sort of fixed it. They sort of fixed it by the second movie. The first movie was like, eh. They should have gotten it right on the get-go, you know? By the first movie, I mean the Bay Turtles, the first Bay Turtles movie. So that one was called, I think it was just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But it's just the thing with that is that the same title as the 1999 or the 1990 movie, which is by far still one of the best. Of all the movies, I think for me. But that second movie, though, the second Bay Turtles movie, is like probably close. Actually made it more fun too, similar to the Secret of the Ooze. It's almost in that same vein, that same level of fun. And that's what's good about those Turtles movies, is that they're fun. They keep it fun. And the music. Can't say much about the choice of music in the Bay Turtles movies, but the original trilogy was always top notch when it comes to the music. They were just of that era. And even now, I could still jam to those tunes, the soundtrack, because it's got a great selection of songs. Technotronic was of that era. Hip hop, electro hip hop. I think the third movie, the third live action movie, got the most flack of all of them. That third movie, and also the the Bay Turtles movies. And in some cases, I feel like a lot of folks even say that the third movie looks even better now that the Bay Turtles movies exist. But that third movie was, that's when they start time traveling, and as they always say, once you introduce time traveling, that's when things turn for the worse. But yeah, Turtles in Time would be the alternate title for that. But also don't want to confuse it with the video game Turtles in Time. Not sure how clean I want this to be. Let's see if any other part of his kimono has any like logos or whatever. Okay, looks like he also wears like his pants are black. Okay. And I don't think he has like that sort of Greaves style of shoes or whatever. So it's mostly just like the pants are just, you know, widened pants or widened leggings for the pants, but I guess I can change it up so that it looks like he's in like combat mode or whatever, or training mode. So yeah, this will be my version of Usagi, but I'll still give him the black leggings or whatever, or dark blue, as these appear to be. This is a really dark color. This one would probably stand out more. Yeah, I hope this new Netflix series does well, because I would definitely want to see it continue like on its own. This is like the first time we've ever gotten like a Usagi like solo show, and who knows? Who knows what would come of it? I think Netflix is like the right place for it though, because if it was like a network, like cable television show, I probably wouldn't be able to watch it myself. I would have to wait for it to either land on one of the services. in like I don't want to jinx it either, but like I feel like it won't hit like the target audience. Like we'll probably have a difficult time reaching the audience as it should, such as just because it's such a not so well known franchise to begin with. But then looking at other franchises that received a series from Netflix, like say She-Ra, Ultron had revival. Like some of those shows on Netflix that appeared as like sort of a revival of those franchises, those separate IPs, uh, has brought in new fans for better or for worse, you know? So I really hope that it works the same way for this franchise, because I feel like it deserves it. I think I think another one to compare it to is like Ninjago, the Ninjago series, which is the Lego Ninja series, and I think it was Jackie Chan that partook in voicing some of the characters in that series. Yeah, I think Jackie Chan might have helped it or something. I'm not sure, but it seems like that one Ninjago is like a pretty popular one, geared towards kids, and is just enough momentum to get itself its own animated movie and stuff. So, and it's also got like a samurai theme to it, ninja, and all that. So I feel like it would target that sort of audience with Usagi here. And it's also in 3D, so I think that's what it's gonna be meant for. So I hope it would at least get that level of like traction. So I feel like the creator deserves it. Stan Sakai. Alright, let's get another color. Oh, this is like a lighter blue. Maybe I should stick to the white for that part. Maybe white would work. I was thinking to maybe continue the black. I think white. This part here. Some more on this side. Sure this is the right shape of it. Maybe I should make this a little bit bigger. Just because this is like closest to us. Speaking of spin-offs, the Harley Quinn series. Harley Quinn, of course, was first created specifically for the Batman animated series, 1992. and the audience love her so much that she's become like a mainstay character. She's been in multiple animated Batman movies, and now she's got her own animated show and live action movie. Or should I say movies, because she was also in Suicide Squad. Both Suicide Squad movies and Birds of Prey. And yeah, Harley Quinn. And she's got an animated series that's I think season 3, season 2 or season 3 that's slated pretty soon for HBO Max. Still yet to catch up on it. Maybe someday. There's like so many shows I still yet to catch up on. Alright, maybe I should add the sword color too. Let's get the handles in. I think what I should do is just put the colors at the corner so I can just easily use the eyedropper to select the color. I just pick it from whichever area that looks most solid. It's funny that like a character like Usagi, and then created by a Japanese comic artist, like it's still within the comic world, the world of comics, rather than like the Japanese side of things, the manga and all that. So you get this Japanese focused character, very Japanese influence, old time Japan, feudal, whatever. But like you don't see like the Japanese traditional way of like how they present in terms of media format. Like they don't present it in like sort of like Japanese animation sort of ordeal. It's more Americanized format. So like yeah, it is like one of the occasions where you see this sort of thing, and especially with this character. So, and it's one of the first characters that I can think of that is like that. Even though Wolverine does have some Japanese influences and stuff, like his storyline does take place like revolving around Japan and all that, but it's like a mix of things with that character. He's even got like a Japanese it was a Japanese animated adaptation, and which was pretty good. I think him and Wolverine and I think, oh, who was it? Was it Captain America? I don't remember anymore. But I haven't seen them. I just only know of them. But yeah, Wolverine has definitely had one. And it's just strange to see, strange in a good way, but it's neat to see that some of these IPs get like different takes in different styles. getting this this part of the sword drawn. It's kind of weird at this angle. But I gotta line it up with this part here, the hilt of the sword, I think. There you go. Looks like it matches up now. Yeah, I think having this color as an outline makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna use the line tool. Even though it's supposed to curve a little bit, but I'll try the best I can. Oh, this actually goes lighter. There you go. Something like that. Alright, I think I should color this in. I don't know about this color though. Oh, totally forgot to save. Oh my gosh. We already did so many. Alright, let's get this dark gray color. Should probably make it like shine a bit. Some more grays in there. I forgot what label that handled the Usagi comics. I feel like it might have been Image Comics that did it. Either that or it might have been on Mirage. Mirage was the original one that was handled by the creators of the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I think that started out with Mirage. But I think it got renamed later on. Try to remember. But they would always, from time to time, they would also have like some sort of collab with different IPs. I remember at one time, back in the early 90s, the Ninja Turtles had a crossover event with Savage Dragon. That was another show. Yeah, Savage Dragon was another IP from, what's his name? Eric Larson? I forgot his name already. And yeah, and it also had an animated series that aired on Fox Kids network. I feel like most people forgot about it already. Yeah, and that's another IP that I feel like it should be revived someday. Especially for like a new, up-to-date animated series, like how Usagi is getting. Because it's not always Marvel and DC, you know? Like there's other comic labels that definitely deserves some light, you know? Like shed some light on those smaller labels. Which is why I like things like Hellboy. I was about to mention The Watchmen, but Watchmen was more DC. Um, and Vertical label is the horror, like more darker branch of DC properties. But we've had like things like iZombie, which turned out to be a TV series, as well as Lucifer, which is great. Had a few seasons. I think 4 seasons aired on TV, and then by season 5, it got picked up by Netflix, and then the rest is history. A lot of folks that hop onto that show was on Netflix by the time it hit Netflix. And that's the thing that's great about these streaming services, is that it gives exposure to shows that would normally be on TV, and not everyone has cable television, and you know they just don't have a way to like watch it when it airs live. And luckily for me, I was able to catch them as they were airing. Sometimes I would like tweet along with the show as they're airing. At least that's what I did with iZombie and Lucifer. And The Flash, another CW series, it's also made its way to Netflix. Yeah, they've been giving new life. They've been given new life once it hits like streaming services like that, and that's great. It's like the same sort of thing that happens with movies back in the 80s and 90s. Like some movies, they fail at the box office, like they fail in the theaters, like no one goes to see them in theaters. But once it hits like video, once it hits that the rental store, the video rental store, somehow it becomes like this cult classic. And one example being Blade Runner 1982 and Labyrinth, Jim Henson Labyrinth 1986. Like some of those movies, man, classics. But they just didn't do well in the theaters. Oh, what the? Wait, why is it doing that? Oh, that's so weird. I don't know why my mouse is still... Is it still clinging on to the canvas? Oh my gosh, I had to click it again. That was so funny. Let me see. Showing. I thought I was seeing something, but it looked cool when it was like at this part here, like it's just swinging the sword and stuff. All right, let's save that. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I think I could give him the white ribbon for the ears. Some iterations have it as blue. I think I might want to just give it the classic white. Let's go for the eye color. Yeah, streaming services are great. I think something like this should do. Oh man, this looks awesome already. Trying to see what else I can add. Let's get the logos in. I might want to start adding shadows later. Once I get all the main colors in. Not sure if I do anything for the background and stuff, but the most important part is just to have the character on as the main focus. Hey there, JT. Welcome in. Hope your day is going well. I saw that Kirby video. Great as always. It must take a while to get those graphics animated and stuff like that. I love everything like the whole 90s vibe you got going for that. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you recall this character at all, but this is a character that showed up in the Ninja Turtles show, the old show. It was about 5 to 6 days to edit. Nice. Okay, let's see. I should do some more down here. Yeah, I feel like someday I would definitely would have to pick up the Kirby game. Would have to wait for it to go on sale or something. Apparently there's like a buy two get one free on Amazon. It's like a decent selection of Switch games on there. But it seems like it's just like console games that's available. Yeah, I might consider picking it up on like Black Friday or something. I was contemplating whether earlier whether I should play some old Wii games for tonight. Then I was looking through my through some of those old Wii games and saw that Zack and Wiki was one of them. I don't know. I feel like I should revisit Zack and Wiki. Like it's been possibly over a decade now since it released. But I feel like I should probably start like a new save file or something, so I can play it on the Wii U. But that is if I can't get my uh, Wii, my original Wii system to capture properly, I'll probably have to play on the Wii U. Which is great anyway because, you know, I just only keep the one console connected with the capture device. It's just an easy setup so I don't have to swap it back and forth and so on. Yeah, might be in the mood for some puzzle solving, who knows? Possibly someday. Oh, Zack Wiki. Some fantastic Halloween levels. Some of my favorites are highly improved by. Yeah. So the thing what I remember most of Zack and Wiki. Two things. I do remember the ice levels. I think in the earlier parts of the game, well, it starts out very like summery, like on an island where you find that crane or whatever that tool is that I think it was a saw first. Whatever that object or tool that they find first. Like it was like a saw slash like wrench or something. Not wrench, but like a claw or something. Like whatever that was. Like it turns into like so many different like like tools to like get you past you know, the level and stuff. But and then the other big theme they got going is like the pirates, the whole pirates thing. And yeah, I just got finished watching a pirate themed show, which had gotten a little bit of a controversy the past like few weeks because it only had like one season. It's a pirate show that's on HBO Max, and I don't know. I feel like I think once spring, once the weather gets warmer, I feel like I don't know. I might do some piratey stuff. Yeah. So possibly Zack and Wiki is definitely something that's possible in the near future. But I may have to start a new file. We'll see. Yeah, I was thinking to either do that or maybe play some more Mario Party 8 or something. So that could be a Friday. Or do another flashback. Flashback to Wii games on Friday. But I need to hop on sooner than later. It seems like for those sessions tends to be like late night. I forgot how long that game is, Second Wiki. But if it's something that would be Halloween theme, I could extend it further, like into the summer. I feel. Yeah, I feel like that could be a summer game, and then, you know, as if I continue to play it on a weekly basis, it would extend into October or something. We'll see. I was also thinking to maybe replay Wind Waker. So that could be something. Okay, looks like this logo here has like a sort of border around it. Maybe I can make it this color. Halloween stages are towards the end. Okay. Oh, that'd be terrific. So yeah, that could be like an August game. I feel. Also, I feel like I would probably get stuck on a level or something. But I'm ready for that. You know, I'm ready to get stumped by it. It's been, it's been over a decade since I last played. I also saw I was flipping through some of those Wii games, and I saw Boom Blocks. I still have the first game. I never played the second one. I think it was called Boom Blocks Party or something. But I did enjoy the first one. The first one was good. I forgot how that we could create our own like levels and stuff. It would have been fun if they had released that game for Wii Motion Plus. And another thing was Steven Spielberg was took part in the creation of that game, which was sort of unheard of at the time. Like having film directors work on video games, like worlds were colliding. Right, there we go. We got the logo. Let's get one over here. It's also got some circles over here. Do, 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 do. Would have been cool if they added characters and themes from his movies, like bonus stages, Jaws, E.T., Jurassic Park, and stuff in Boom Blocks would have been awesome. Yeah, that would have been great. Was there ever a way that we can design, like using the Wii remote to like draw the characters and stuff? Like that'd be awesome too. Like the way we could do like pattern designs in Animal Crossing. Like if there was something like that for Boom Blocks, that will probably be the end all be all Boom Blocks game. But now that VR is a thing, they could definitely do that game in VR. We're assuming it would work well. I think any physics-based games would work well in VR. Like the Fantastic Contraption, which first started out as like a Flash game, physics-based puzzle-solving Flash game, and then the same developers made use of VR and put out a Steam version for PC, which is pretty neat, all in 3D and everything. Yeah, we'll definitely have to revisit Boom Blocks as well. All the Wii classics. It's about time we visit some of those classics. Some of those Wii games. Some of those games people used to make fun of. It was all like waggle. It's a waggle fest. Hmm. Maybe I should add like a darker borderline or something. Outline, I mean. Let's get some shadows in. Let's go in very softly. There seems to be a lot of hype around surrounding the new Jurassic World film. Because they're bringing back the original stars and characters, I guess, as well as some new dinosaur species that's making their first appearances. Let's get some more shadows on this side. Dun, 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 dun. Hmm. Some more shadows down here. White Ranger or Red Ranger? Hmm. Let's see. So I should probably mention that I first watched. I saw the original Japanese one first, I believe, or at least around the time when the American version debuted. Fox Kids TV just after X-Men. Saturday, 1993. But my uncle had a VHS tape that had these like a mash of like different Japanese shows, and in it was an episode of Zeo Ranger, which is the original like Japanese versions. And I specifically remember the intro that it had, where it's kind of like Animorphs, where the dinosaurs would form the human faces, or vice versa. And I thought it looked really cool. It's like something that I'd never seen before, and different characters, and even back then I was like huge into like dinosaurs or any dinosaur related. I mean, I guess any kid would be into dinosaurs. And Tyrannosaurus Rex was, the big deal. Jurassic Park was pretty brand new at the time. Like, you had to be a kid that was into dinosaurs to even be into Power Rangers at all. But yeah, by the time Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers debuted in America, I think I've already seen like Godzilla movies, the odd American dub, black and white on TV, TNT. That was the network that used to air them. Ultraman. I don't know if you're familiar with Ultraman. So there was a TV series called Ultraman that would play in Saturday mornings, and this was, I want to say, like 1990 or 1991, and it was like my first like dive or first exposure into the world of Sentai, like that sort of takusatsu culture. And so Ultraman is about a man that transforms into like this super giant superhero alien character. So it predates the Power Rangers, or it predates the Super Sentai. The whole Power Rangers stuff. So that was like 1990, 1991, 1992. So it would play every Saturday. Then Saban came back again with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then it was like, oh wow, what is this brand new show? It's so colorful, and it's got dinosaurs. So we watched that just after X-Men, episode of X-Men, and that whole you get the first original 5 Rangers, and the Red Ranger I think would be my top. I mean, I like all the main colors, but I think it was red. I was like mostly in favor of the red at first, and then they started introducing a brand new Ranger, which was the Green Ranger, Green with Envy. I'll always remember the name of the episode. Green with Envy parts 1 and 2 for that first season, right? And man, it was like, man, which you get exposed to this like brand new Ranger, and it's like, wow, it's like the coolest thing ever. And the whole show just becomes like the talk of the town. But like, you could only talk with other people that also watched it, because back then, if you ever mention like Power Rangers to anyone else outside of the circle, like you get made fun of. Like that's how it was for us back in the day. Like we weren't allowed to talk about Power Rangers, or else you'd be made fun of. So you'd have to know people, and then you got to be part of the inside to to discuss each of those episodes. Every new episode, you got to know people. But yeah, it started out with the Red Ranger because I don't know. I feel like something being the leader was like pretty important for me. Being brave, being the leader, I don't know. It it's something that I could connect with. But then at the same time, I think at that time in the early 90s, I just liked the color red a lot. Raphael was red. I mean, originally the Ninja Turtles. This harkens back to the Turtles talk again. So it's like it sort of relates to that. But originally the colored bandanas on the Ninja Turtles were all red, and until they had to colorify it for the mainstream audience, for the TV show, for the movies, live action Turtles movies, and so on. Just to make it simpler and identifiable for mainstream audience. But yeah, for those who don't know, they were originally red. So when like you hear kids talk about it, and they say, "Oh no, this guy's this guy. No, this guy's that guy." Nope. One way you can tell is by their use of weapons. But yeah. Let me see, Red Ranger. But I think once they started introducing like more characters, like it starts to like change. I think for me. And by the time they had White Ranger in, like woo. White Ranger had the White Tiger. I think at one point I was like so into the Gold Ranger, and I remember creating my own Power Ranger, which was Orange Ranger and Purple Ranger, secondary colors. So this is like around the time where like I was still young and was still learning like colors and stuff. Primary colors, secondary colors, we learned that in art class at school. So like, you become like familiar with these secondary colors, and we've never had like an Orange Ranger or a Purple Ranger yet, or even a Brown Ranger. Like imagine that. Imagine if we had a Brown Ranger. And then you had the baddies that had like colored brown and stuff. You get Goldar, which is gold. Oh, speaking of Goldar, I did a drawing of Goldar like a couple years ago. I didn't get to finish it. I was close to finishing it, but and hadn't finalized it. Someday I might have to bring it back for these art streams someday. But yeah, they never. I think at one point they did eventually brought in like a Purple Ranger and an Orange Ranger. I think Orange Ranger turned out to be a girl. But yeah, I think in those first like the Mighty Morphin series, like the first season or whatever, first 2 seasons, it shifted from red to the White Ranger. I think, like once they introduced Tommy as the White Ranger, like remember when that was a surprise for everyone that watched the show? Like they were all guessing like who's gonna be the White Ranger. It was all a mystery at that time, like who's gonna be the White Ranger, and they would advertise that on Fox, like all day, like keeping it a secret. I think most of us already guessed that it's gonna be Tommy. Like some of us gonna guess that it's gonna be a return of another character, and then because by the end of, I think Tommy was sort of coming back. Like we saw him dip away because he was no longer the Green Ranger, but he was still wearing green, like in his human form, like unmorphed. He was still wearing green, the green shirt, and then we saw him teleport up because Rita. It seemed like Rita was gonna try and revive the Green Ranger again. So he was like hanging out on the beach, having a swim, coming back to the beach, and just wiping his face with a towel, and he was still wearing green. And he got transported up into the air, and then by the next episode, it turned out that he was gonna become the next White Ranger and stuff. Billy sneaking around the command center and seeing that next Ranger outfit and seeing his eyes lit up I also love the Blue Ranger too. Like, I was a fan of the blue, black, red, and of course you got the female Rangers. But I don't know, something with the red. I think at that time. Also, he had a sword. He had that one single sword, and he took control of the Zord and what's that thing where they combine the weapons together? I don't know if there was a name for it or anything, but like they just combine the weapons together and do like this mega shot on the monsters. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the father. But yeah, the White Ranger, oh my gosh, man. I think that by then they did the whole ninja thing already on the show. Like they had the ninjutsu ability and stuff. Or I think that might have been a little later. Yeah. And then after that they did the movie, the 1995 movie. And I was all over that. Seeing Tommy in the white suit. And I was a big fan of the white color. So like I slowly shift my I think at that time, 1994, 1995, I was like, I couldn't pick a favorite color because it feels like I was like shifting favorites. So I guess it went from red into like, I don't know, like clear. Sometimes the question would pop up, hey, what's your favorite color? And I would say clear. Yeah. Even though it's not a color. Like some of, I knew a couple people that also answered the same. They had the same answer, clear, but that's not a color. You gotta pick a color. I guess white is the closest to that color nowadays. I still like white. White is like the purest. White as a rabbit. And I also like blue. Like a lot of oh my gosh, that just reminded me. Like this is like mid 90s. I want to say like 96, 97. So it's by the time that Super Mario 64 came out. I don't really get to tell this story too much, but like I hope that one day I could tell it again. But I did make my own like Mario character. I don't know if I still have that drawing, but I did a drawing where I created a Mario character. Like more of like a self-portrait, but like in the realm of the Mushroom Kingdom. And I would wear the Mario outfit, but like also have my favorite colors at that time, which was like navy blue. It was mostly like around that blue, I think. In the color spectrum of blue, like those hue, or however they say. It was like more like a navy blue, dark blue, whatever. That would be my main color for my outfit, my Mushroom Kingdom outfit, and it would have the letter R on the hat. So, yep. I even drew it out. So I had a mustache and everything. So it's like a cross between like Mario and Luigi. Less so like Waluigi, but yeah, more close to the Mario Brothers sort of look. But man, I don't know if I still have that drawing. But maybe someday I'll definitely recreate it or something. We'll see. You're gonna go with getting a White Ranger suit from '95 movie. Keep going between that and a Red Ranger. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think for me, I would definitely go with the White Ranger outfit. Red Ranger is cool too, but if I were to say the Red Ranger is cool, then everyone else is cool. Like they're on that. Like every character, every one of those suits are great. They're all up there in that level. But if I were only to pick one, it would probably be the White Ranger. Because apparently he's the leader in that in the movie as well. So Tommy, the leader, Jason got pushed to the side, even though he's still in the group. But he's actually no, he's not part of the group. They swapped him out with oh, what's his name? Forgot what his name is now. It's a different guy. But Jason did come back. He came back as the Gold Ranger at one point. Yeah, they recall that. It involved some aliens to finally get the Gold Ranger in. But yeah, we finally got our Gold Ranger. Man, it was some good times, man. I still religiously watched it when it was still airing throughout the 90s. Where it seemed like everyone else has like dropped off the show already. Like no one seemed to really talk about it at school anymore. I was still watching it, still taping it on VHS tape. And oh man, sadly I lost all those tapes. But I was still like watching and recorded. It's just what I did a lot of back in the day. Red Ranger's helmets is just so dang cool. Yeah, I agree. It's one of the most unique, I feel. Because it's got like some gold to it. Something about that gold on white, the combination. It's I don't know. It just looks good. The shield, the white shield. Oh, see, like that's the one thing about the white armor, or the white suit, the White Ranger suit. It's got pieces of like gold and black combination, and he's got Saba. Oh my gosh, remember Saba? I feel like not a lot of people get to talk about Saba, man. Saba sword. He talked a lot in the show, but he doesn't talk at all in the movie. You ever notice that? Saba doesn't talk at all in the movie. That was like a one disappointing part of the movie. Man, you would think like he would have at least have like some sort of like one line in the movie, but no line at all. He does make an appearance. He does like one simple. He has like one job in the movie, but man, I was going in that movie expecting Saba to talk. He doesn't talk in that movie. I was expecting some like a little bit of comic relief, but of course we had the villains to do the comic relief for us. But yeah, he had Saba. That was like a missed opportunity for the movie right there. Like as a fan of the show, you kind of expect one thing, but you know you can't get it all, I guess. Headed out when King Mondo came in and kicked out Rita and Lord Zeta, or Lord Zed. That angered me to the point of leaving the fandom. King Mondo. I forgot who that is. I think for me, I stuck with the series until Lost Galaxy, like towards the last episode of Lost Galaxy. So after Turbo, and then the second movie, Turbo Power Ranger movie, then we shifted into space. Yes, from Turbo to In Space, and then Lost Galaxy. So that was like the second part, or part 2 of the space saga. And yeah, that was the last part for me. I think by then I was entering high school, so I couldn't watch anymore. And yeah, that was great. That was a great point in the story to dip off of the Power Rangers series, because they go off into space, and that was that. And seeing the new Red Ranger for that was cool. And should I talk spoilers? Let me know if it's okay to talk spoilers, because the point of them going to space, and then like there's like a big connection with the Red Ranger or the new Red Ranger with another character, and then we found out that later something was kept secret until Lost Galaxy. King Mondo is a big Machine King guy. I feel like I vaguely recall, but I also recall the that lady. Oh, what's her name? The lady with the mask. Should I go for it? Why do they go to space? Oh, why do they go to space? I mean, there's more to explore in the space. But this was something that was decided at the end of Turbo. So at the end of Turbo, I want to say like the last two episodes, there were some new characters coming in. So in the background, they hire more. They have auditions to hire more actors to play these new Rangers, and I specifically remember they have a new character for the Red Ranger and a new character for the Pink Ranger. The new Pink Ranger was going to be played by Patricia Jia. She is the Korean one. So she was no, she was already no, she was coming in for In Space. Yeah, that's right. But I think the one who played Catherine, the Australian blonde, she played the Pink Ranger for like that Turbo season, I believe. And then they swapped it over to Patricia, who played I forgot her character's name, but she became the next like Pink Space Ranger, and I was a big fan because I thought they were all pretty cute. I was mostly Oh, and also the one who played the Yellow Ranger. Oh my gosh, in Turbo, I think was it in the Turbo or Space. I think it was Space. Yeah, because the Turbo Yellow Ranger or the Yellow Turbo Ranger was played by I forgot her name, but she played Tanya. Yeah, Tanya was the Turbo Yellow Ranger. Oh, Adam. Adam was the Red Ranger, I think. Was it Adam? I think Adam was the Black Ranger. I'm mixing the names up now. But Adam became the new Black Ranger for In Space. I think he was also Turbo. He was also Turbo, and then he got carried over to In Space. But they swap out the pink and the yellow, and I think the Green Ranger. Yeah. So they had like they swapped it around pretty often. Let me see. But yeah, so towards the end of Turbo, the command center got blown up. So Alpha was the only remaining like entity that was like still operating. I think he had an upgrade or something, or maybe there was a new version that appeared later on. There were friends of Zordon that contacted the Rangers and then, took new operation or something like that. And then, took them to outer space. So they hadn't been a new Zordon for a long time. And in a later iteration, I want to say Megaforce. Megaforce was one that sort of referenced that old era. Because there was a character in there's two characters that sort of like not really replaced, but like this sort of reference both Zordon and Alpha. So that was pretty neat to see. So Megaforce and Super Megaforce, they're sort of like trying to bring back, the old school Power Rangers. It certainly brought me back. I watched it for a few episodes, but couldn't keep up with it. But yeah, I think by then I was like hoping that the series would just come up with their own identity, because if they play on the nostalgia too much, I don't think it would last long, But it went on for like there was like a second part to it. So Megaforce and Super Megaforce. but it was just, it's still geared towards, the kids and stuff. It's still the same Power Rangers, like the same format. Group of kids, teenagers, fight monsters. They go big, call their Zords, and fight those monsters in their giant form. So it's still the same format, which is cool. But yeah, it's tough to keep up with that because there's like so many episodes of it. But but yeah, more on that Lost Galaxy. So I'm forgetting the names, but the main evil enemy or antagonist, I think she goes by Galaxia or something like that. Astronema. I think it's either Astronema or Galaxia. I think it's Astronema. And so she turned out to be a sister of the Red Ranger. So yeah, I think that's the last I remember of it. And yeah, they were fighting each other, brothers, and then we found out that they were brother and sister. So we got like a little backstory of it in the later episodes, and yeah, and then somehow I think she became good again, like she was on the Ranger side. So it's pretty neat. It sort of reminded me of another show that I saw prior to that, that has the same sort of turn of events, where the female baddie was actually what got turned into a turned to a good guy instead, or joined the the main characters and stuff. So it's pretty neat. But yeah, that was the end of that story. And then, yep, that sort of ended my my journey of the Power Rangers. My cousin was still watching it. He was still watching like Jungle Force or what it's called. I sort of came back a little bit for the samurai stuff, like the ninja samurai stuff. I thought it would look pretty cool, and it seemed pretty cool too. Like the costume design and stuff, very ninjutsu style, ninja cross sentai. So I always find that sort of stuff like fascinating, because it's more martial artsy. So I think that's what I'm most interested in, is like the martial arts stuff. I was always into like the martial arts back in growing up. So I watched a lot of kung fu movies and a lot of action, 80s action movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that, Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, Chuck Norris. So seeing Ultraman, seeing Power Rangers was like second nature. And there was a few other like short-lived shows like Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, which got a revival recently through an animated series. So that series is still going. Like that's actually part of the Ultraman. Yeah, that's part of Ultraman. And yeah, it's still ongoing. Surprisingly, like there's a manga series and stuff now. What we're doing with these shadows here. Oh, but the American version of the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad was pretty fun. I used to watch that on UPN. There were some other copycat shows around that time, but they were short-lived. Mass Rider, which was the Kamen Rider, only had like a few episodes, aired on Fox. I remember when it first aired. It was very short-lived. But that's part of the Kamen Rider, which is ongoing over in Japan. Very popular. It's so cool how they kept the Power Rangers story canon with like the video games and stuff, and the comics. The recent comics that came out like a few years ago. It's definitely highly recommended. Battle for the Grid also has some really intense storylines, and it follows up with the comics and also the show. So definitely have a look at the Battle for Grid. I think that game is it's on multiple platforms, including Switch. But you can just watch up. You can just pull up YouTube and watch the cutscenes if you want to get the story. Because I would definitely highly recommend it if you're a fan of the Mighty Morphin, especially the Mighty Morphin timeline. Because you can see more of like what happens with the Green Ranger, White Ranger, and all that. Trini. Like it's so cool how like what the writers have done to create that, make that story canon. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got the shave. Not shave, but save. There we go. Shave and save. I also need a shave. I feel like I need to add more shadows back here. And another game that I saw while scrolling through those Wii games, I saw a Smash Up, which was the Ninja Turtles game that's like Smash Brothers, and it was developed by the Smash Brothers team, or Smash Brothers Brawl team, the same team that developed Brawl for the Wii. So I barely got to play that one. I only played it like a few times with my friends' nephews and stuff, because they wanted to do like a multiplayer match. And I feel like that game had potential. And it was one of the very few games where you could play as April O'Neil. But now we got the new Shredder's Revenge that's coming up, where you could also play as April O'Neil. Let's get some shade on here. Let's get another stronger color. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I think it's about time we get like a brand new Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game. We had some odd ones in the past. And there was that one remake of Turtles in Time, Reshelled, which is a it's pretty fine remake. The look of it was pretty neat. It was the Ubisoft one. But then like after that they started making like some different designs, some really odd designs for those turtles. Because the Michael Bay movies, the Bay Turtles movies that were on the way. Out of the Shadows, I think that was one of the game's names before the second movie came out. Ba, 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 ba. Let's get some shadows here. Yeah, it's a pretty cool pose. Only wish I had more room on this canvas. Just gonna add his feet and stuff. That's okay. All right, I think it's a good time to step away for a bit. I'm gonna AFK, take a break. Be right back. Alright, we got Usagi. Yeah, so there's a new animated series for Usagi. I mentioned it earlier, but excited for this new one. Even though he looks a lot different, and it may be like a sort of like a prequel story, but because it seems like a lot younger, so I would assume that this would probably take place before, possibly in a different timeline in this new series. It seems like it's a more modern take, but it's like it also seems like it's a younger version of Usagi. I'm pretty curious to see how this turns out, and I hope it turns out well. There's like motorcycles and stuff, but the new look is okay. It's very like he seems more like a rookie in this, and yeah, I don't know. I was expecting more like a serious looking character, because normally he would look really serious in the comics and other iterations, but this new iteration is like, man, it almost looks like a DreamWorks animation, because it's 3D CG and it's headed for Netflix. Very Tricks like, yeah, like Tricks the bunny, yeah. They make him look like I don't know, like he hasn't been through many battles at all. Let me look up Tricks bunny. He definitely looks like Tricks bunny. Oh man, yeah, Tricks the rabbit, but not that happy. Like Tricks the rabbit is way more happy. Heck, even Bugs Bunny is like more. Bugs Bunny is more like he's a trickster. Like he's always got that smug look to him, but not like that. This new Usagi is like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not sure if this is the right look, but I hope it goes the way that it's meant to go. You know, because the actual Usagi in the comics is way more serious. Like it has blood and violence. I hope the new show it's more towards that way, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna go that way. Maybe there'll be a little bit here and there, but like it seems like they're toning down the violence for the young audience. It's the same way that they toned down the violence for the Ninja Turtles series. Like when the first movie came out and the second movie came out, when the animated series, the '87 animated series, they toned down the violence. It was compared to the comic book series. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's going that path with Usagi too. Hmm. I'll still watch it though. Let's see. I mean, as long as they have like enough action in it, like sword fights is guaranteed. Give me some chase scenes, some sword fights, some epic sword fights. I definitely want to see some like some samurai showdown kind of stuff. You know, I want all that cinematic action. Like they have to have some scenes where it's like fighting as the sun is setting down. Like I want to see that. Give me some of that stuff. Like I can already imagine it, and I could probably draw it out too. But I do expect some epic sceneries. Oh man, can't wait. All right, let me see if I can fix up this part a bit. Might have to open up some tabs soon. All right, should probably do it now. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Also want to maybe add the sword, the sword thing over here. Probably should have drawn that, but might as well do it now, I think. The sheathing of the sword. Just have it come down this way. And this would probably be tilted upward, huh? Hmm. Color is just out. This is like more of a warmer black color. This one is his pants should have been colored. Alright, let's get this one up this way. I think I'll give the that part of the sword like a gold color. Yeah, I feel like the show could have potential. Like maybe I'm expecting too much, but man, I think like after years of expectations, like man, like you kind of hope for so much, but I don't like at the same time I don't want to be disappointed by it. So I'm gonna just let it be when it wants to be. Yeah, something like that, I think. I started to stream up really late. Like it was just about to hit midnight too. It might have been it might be dated as April 7th rather than April 6th. But then I guess certain platforms they would date it to whatever time it was locally, depending on who's viewing a certain video or whatever. Alright, I'm not sure what to... Actually, let's add the gold down here. Yeah, let's get it down there. It's not very visible, but it's still be down there. Let's give that lighter tip. And then darker blue. Something like that. Hmm. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 ba. Alright, let's get some more shading up here. Really need to maybe make this part like more cleaner. Also might have to work on the sword a bit. Let's see, let's get a smaller brush. Maybe I should add like blue undertones or something to him. Shade out his ears. Now it's got me thinking like, what if I do some like if I would draw more rabbit characters, I think I could probably do like a parody of Trix the rabbit. I don't know, maybe give him some muscles or something. Do like an alternate reality Trix the bunny. I think that'll be hilarious. I think something to for like social media posts. Like people would want to see something like that. Like as a joke. I think maybe the color blue would probably match a little more. At least it would give it like a little more style. Save that for a little bit. Yeah, let's try the blue color, like a gray blue. There you go. Yeah, the blue, I think the blue helps a lot. Gives it like a little bit of style. Should probably have some shading around his face a bit. Just lightly. Man, this makes me want to watch some like samurai movies or something. Some old school Akira Kurosawa films or something. Let's also get his fingers. Shading is definitely coming out pretty nicely. I don't know if I should add like some highlights to his kimono. Alright, let's see if we can get some more stuff on his sword. Hmm. Yep. Gotta be really careful around here. Especially around the edge. Let me try this thing. Okay. Well, this actually helps a little bit. There we go. Nice and shiny. Hmm. Smoothing that out. There we go. Oh man, this just reminded me that I should also replay Red Steel, Red Steel 2. Red Steel and Red Steel 2. That was another thought that I could do. Oh yeah, I forgot about this part of the sword, huh? Alright, that part should be like brownish gold. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Now it's coming together. Alright, let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Also, let's get this part. This would be like a little bit more brownish though. Let's see this. Ba 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 ba. I feel like this part needs to be shortened up a bit. Let's clean it up. Should probably add some more dark colors to the pants. Like darker colors. Glowing in the dark. Alright. Let's see if we can get a pure completely black color here. Oh, that's a little too dark there. Oh man, that's a pretty dark black. coming a little more. Let's get some under here. Shade over here. I feel like the dark black for the shadows seems to appear more like bolder. I'm not sure what's the way to describe it. More bolder than the blue, the dark blue that I tried to use for shadows. Learning these different color techniques is it's a good idea, especially for images where you're trying to portray the like very shadowy images. And just dark images in general. It's gonna require a lot of knowledge of like how shadows project against objects and working with lighting. I think that's very important. Yeah, I think I might just want to clean up the head a bit. Let's see, find the right color for this. I feel like I should add some like hair bangs or something. I don't know. But then at the same time, I want to keep it the classic look for Usagi. But if I were to give him like, you know, the hair bangs, it would sort of cross over with the new and the old, which I feel like no one else has done. But you know, as fan art goes, anything goes for fan art. You know, I'm gonna try something. I could make it so that it's like flaring up a bit. Let's see. I'm gonna try and form this up so that it goes like upward. Alright. Just want to see how it looks. How it will look. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Not too crazy, you know? Just a little bit here and there. So it's like a little reference to the new show. while giving it the overall classic look. There you go. Yeah, not too much. Just gonna try and reshape this a bit. There we go. So in the same way as his like his cheeks and stuff, got like little at the top here, so it'll be 3 parts of his head. One at the top, 2 on the sides. This will be my version of Usagi. Just gotta lighten that up. Should probably extend this a bit. Get the top of his ear hit. Let's clean this up a bit. Might have to actually, I mean, I'm definitely gonna make a time-lapse video of this drawing. Maybe I'll even tag the official Stan Sakai account. Maybe one day I'll probably get to meet the guy. He's been at a few conventions around my area. I think he came to like anime Boston. I forgot what it's called over here, but there would be an anime convention over here in Boston. I think one time he came. Or it might have been at like a comic convention or something. Man, I feel like I need to work on the eyes a bit. Might need to make him look a little more sharp. Let's see. Yeah, let's work on the eyes a bit. Sharp eyes. There we go. Just get these eyes a little bit more darker. Yeah, I think having the blue accent for the shading is pretty nice. He doesn't have any eyebrows per se. I guess the same goes for the Ninja Turtles, huh? They would wear bandanas to cover their eyebrows, but they look a bit weird without their bandanas. They would look more like aliens. But man, do they look awesome with the bandanas? So it was perfect that Lard and Eastman designed those guys like that. Neat thing about the Turtles franchise is that Eastman is still part of giving the okay when it comes to like certain iterations of the Turtles, especially the movies. Like he'll help like promote it and stuff. Oh, this tune sounds pretty cool. Much more refined details for the face. I don't know why it took me like hours to finally work on the face here. He's got like a sort of like Dragon Ball Z style eyes, eyebrows. Just the way Akira Toriyama does their eyes. His character design eyes. Also, I should probably also fix the mouth a bit. This part a little bit more over. There we go. All right. I think we might be good. Let's get some more shading over here. Huh. I was thinking to maybe add like a radical color for like highlights and stuff. Like say like a red or something. Maybe if there's like a fire in the scene, I could put like yellow or red highlights around the side here. Would give it a little bit more interesting colors, like dynamic colors and stuff to the image. But this is fine. I think I'm just gonna write my name and be done with it. It's been like 3.5 hours. Let's put it like down here or something. My usual spot. Also want to have room for the year. I feel like I should go with like the dark blue or something. Also, let me see if I can save it before the signature. Do all caps. Alright, now we can add the year. The year is like, it's pretty tricky. We got a 202. Let's add another 2. Okay, there we go. I think we are set. I don't know if there's anything I want to add after this. But I'll definitely turn it into a time-lapse video for later usage, I guess. And I'll probably also tag Stan Sakai and Netflix if they were to tweet it out or something. Alright, I'm gonna save this, and yeah, this is a good time to call it. Thanks everyone for stopping by and witnessing another piece of art and listening to me rant about old school shows. Oh, I should also upload this, huh? Wait. Before I do that, let me add some more shading over here. This part's will be like brownish. Oh. There you go, something like that. Save that again. Let's share this to... I don't know if I should keep it, maybe I should have Samurai Rabbit. Usagi Samurai Rabbit. Or in parentheses, Samurai Rabbit or something. Samurai Rabbit. Or Usagi the Samurai Rabbit. Yeah. Uploading. It's gonna be up on Steam Community. There we go. Artwork successfully uploaded. I want to also rename this Usagi Samurai. There we go. Alright. Thumbs ups. And a wow. Come on. There you go. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your night. And or day if you're catching this on VOD. Tomorrow I'll be possibly be back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimates. We shall see. So yeah, I'll see you then. Later.
See you next time.